Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Salem. And our question tonight comes to us from Staghorn Sun Siren. And Staghorn Sun Siren asks whether I would agree that there is a certain amount of snobbery in the pagan community on the part of well-established people toward young people and beginners. And my answer to this is I don't think I'd call it snobbery, I think I'd call it prejudice. And I think it's one of the worst problems that is in the contemporary pagan community. Now, it's not in the entire community, because many parts of our community are very welcoming to young people, very welcoming to beginners, but there is a certain segment of our community that tends to reject people who are new to the movement. And I think this is an extremely bad, extremely dangerous thing. And the thing that makes it so bad is that in that segment of the community, and it can sometimes be a rather large one, the young people then find themselves disconnected from the earlier generations. And that generational disconnect means that knowledge does not get passed down, that groups do not endure, and that experience is lost. Lessons that have been learned are not passed on because there's a generational disconnect, and therefore mistakes must be repeated, lessons must be learned again, and people make basically the same old mistakes over and over and over because they have no communication with those who have already learned those lessons. And I think that that prejudice, which causes some people to chase away beginners and young people, is a really, really bad thing in our community, and that as a community we must make an effort to embrace beginners, to embrace young people, and to make a friendly and safe environment for them, for the survival of the whole community. Because, you know, young people and new people are the future, and without them there is not a future. Now, I want to say again, this is not the whole community that is like this. And there are many, many people in the community who are very welcoming to seekers, very welcoming to young people. But of course, because our community tends to be so closeted, it's often the luck of the draw who a person is going to find. I personally am a great believer in the Chinese proverb, "The one who truly knows has little occasion to shout." And what does this mean? It means that when someone has experience, accomplishment, and really knows what they're doing, they don't have to beat you over the head with it. It will show. And I think that when you meet a person who has true accomplishment, you usually find them to be rather modest about it. The person who is arrogant, the person who is constantly talking themselves up, at least in an arrogant manner, usually I think can be counted upon to know less than they say. The person who has a quiet confidence is the one that you should put confidence in. Because when you know what you're talking about, you don't have to cut other people down. And I think that we see a certain segment of the pagan community that believes in cutting other people down to make themselves seem bigger. And that is never a sign of actual accomplishment or actual knowledge. So what I would say to you is, if you are a beginner or a young person just coming into our community, look for those people who are accepting and embracing, not for the ones who are, for want of a better way to put it, arrogant. Because in my personal opinion, the more arrogant they are, the less they're likely to actually know. So, those are my opinions on that, and until next time, may your blessed be.